Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Emanuela Afalabi, and if it's your first time, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome again. Now, this video is gonna be a little bit different. Now, as some of you guys may know, I am actually a presenter as well as an interior designer and now a YouTuber. So I just wanted to kind of report what's been going on in the world and just also my views on everything that's been going on. I can't pretend like it's not happening or like it's not a conversation. It kind of took me a while to actually film this because I have genuinely been really distraught. Like, truly, I have been crying. I have been so low. I've just not even been in the mood to talk. It kind of did affect me, literally affected everybody. So I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. People are protesting from like Germany, France, UK, America, literally all around the world. And it's just been so heavy on my heart. And I just really feel like, no, justice must be served. So without no further ado, I'm going to get straight into this video. I'm sure a lot of us have seen the very, very disturbing footage of what happened to George Floyd. And truly, my deepest condolences go out to his family and all his loved ones. No man, no woman, no child, not white, not black, not Asian, nobody should ever be treated like that, full stop. So as we all know, George Floyd was pinned to the ground and had 3 officers kneeling across his body. One officer in particular had his knee on his neck for exactly 8 minutes and 46 seconds. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That is absolutely, there's no words for that, honestly. There's actually no words. As we all know, racism has been a problem for hundreds of years, to be honest with you. It all started with slavery, and ever since then, even though slavery has been abolished, there are still people who treat black people as second-class citizens. They are still racist in how they speak to them, in their demeanor, in how they act, even in the workplace, just around the whole world. And to be honest, obviously this is not a good thing. Like, this should never have to have happened. But we can say that from his death, unfortunately, we started a movement where everybody, whether they're black, whether they're white, whether they're Asian, are standing up to this problem. Yes, COVID is going on, but the bigger problem right now is the justice system. The justice system in America is absolutely terrible. As we all know, England is not innocent. England is not innocent at all. The justice system also over here, I live in London, I'm British, Nigerian, it's not the best as well. Like, we have situations where back in the days, like, I grew up in Southeast London, Oak Kent Road. If you know anything about South London, it was such a harsh, tough, like, area to live in. There was a lot of gang violence, there was a lot of black on black crime, yes, and there was a lot of the police were constantly, like, the whole stop and search. It was a big thing. If you heard about that whole stop and search, for no reason, if they see you, they just stop and search you. They just strip you down, treat you anyhow. Some people will get arrested, someone else, they will just push them off and like let them go. But England isn't innocent either. And I just wanted to talk about all these issues and be like, what can we do? Okay, yes, the protests are going on, and that's a good thing. Like, this will get the attentions of the Prime Minister, obviously in America, the President, Trump, hopefully. Well, do you know what? Let's not even get to Donald Trump. So just to give you an update, all 4 of the officers have been arrested. They are all in custody. The main officer who had his knee on George Floyd's neck, his original sentence was a 3rd degree, and people were not having it. They were like, no, this is not justice. This is just something to say that we've done something. And so it got moved up to 2nd degree. The remaining 3 officers have been arrested, and they will have their day in court, and we will then get to find out what their sentencing will be. But it is working. It just shows that when we unite ourselves, when we work together, things can be done. And if you've seen any of the pictures and the protests, it's very, very mixed. It's honestly, it's Black people, it's white people, it's Asian people, it's people from all over the world who are protesting. And I love to see that. Truly, this isn't a fight that Black people can do by ourselves. We need other races, we need other people to also join us in this fight. There's been a lot of stuff going on in regards to all these massive corporations and massive brands. So for example, the Amazon owner, he has donated $10 million to the Black Lives Matter movement and to so many other organizations to support economic opportunities, education, and justice for African Americans. There are so many other brands that I can mention right now, but the list honestly will go on. They are literally supporting African Americans, and it's really good to see these big brands speak up and say that this is not okay. Jackie Aina, who's a very popular YouTuber and makeup artist, she spoke up and said literally all of these brands need to put their money where their mouth is. If you say you support us, you use our fashion, you use our bodies, you use our looks, and nowadays the in thing is for everybody to look biracial. A lot of these European girls and stuff, they tan excessively, they get their lips done and all of these things, like they get their bums done and want that whole African body, but yet you're not supporting the movement. As she spoke up to so many makeup brands and even clothing brands, and it's just good to see that a few of them have spoken up and said, listen, this is not right. Now, what are my thoughts moving forward? What can we do to change what's going on? This is my opinion. Please do not attack me, but this is just what I believe and what I stand for, and this is what I think can kind of help long term. We need to start supporting our own people. Now, if I have any fans in America, please do not get offended by what I'm saying. It's the same over there. I'm sure there are so many Black-owned businesses in America, in Europe, in France, in Germany, in Italy. We're all over the world. We need to start investing in our own economy. Yes, I believe that what America's doing is right. They need to stand there and fight for their rights. Their great-grandfathers, their fathers, their great-great-great-grandfathers fought the wars. Even in the UK, Black people fought the wars for America and Europe. Black people from day one, we was taken, we were slaves. Even when we didn't want to, we had to fight a war with them. Even when we were free and slavery was over, we were still not able to vote. We were still not able to walk around freely. We couldn't live in certain areas. We couldn't have certain jobs. Black people, as a people, we have genuinely suffered and we have been through too much. And now is the time to say no more. Justice must be served. So I'm not saying like everybody should just like up and go and be like, okay, do you know what, I'm just going to leave UK, I'm just going to leave America and go back to Africa. Yes, I believe that that is the way forward. I do believe that we should go back home. We should invest in our countries. We should invest in the economy back in Africa. We should start our own businesses there, uplift the people in Africa, because Africa have their own issues. They have their own problems. And trust me, it runs deep. I myself am Nigerian and I get to go back to Nigeria about every year. What I see there, honestly, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Africa has a long way to go, but who can make the change? It is us. We are the ones who were fortunate enough to get a better education, to experience life. We live in the Western world. If we go back to Africa, we can say to Africa, listen, these are the changes that we need to make. This is what works and this is what can help the people. There's a saying that says, united we stand, divided we fall. And if we are not united, then this war will not be won. I believe that, yes, we are in a battle, but yet we still need to win the war. And that is not just with George Floyd and everybody else who has been brutally murdered by police officers, but also in regards to Africa. What can we do? How can we pour back in? We need to actually start visiting home. We need to start doing more in our countries. I know another big problem for America is a lot of them don't actually know where they're from. Now in UK, it's virtually impossible. You can't be in the UK and not know where you are originally from. Like literally it's not possible, because even on your birth certificate and your passports, your parents, it will say, you know, place of origin mom, place of origin father. So there's no way you can't know. But I understand that in America it's a lot more different. And if I do have any American viewers and anyone in America who follows me, I don't know how much it costs, but if you could do the DNA testing, the ancestry.com, and test yourself and find out where you're from, I promise you, you will probably have a much deeper connection to your homeland than you would in America. Because what is America? America, they took over America from the natives. So already you're living in a land that was already stolen. I just think, one, we all need to support Black owned businesses right where you are. Literally type it in on Instagram, Twitter, Google it, like I'm looking for Black owned businesses. You will be able to find it. A friend of a friend of a friend will know someone who is Black and can provide the service that you're looking for. And secondly, let's invest back in our economy back home. Whether you're African or Caribbean, we are all one. Again, united we stand, divided we will fall. So it's not about, yeah, I'm from Africa, yeah, or yeah, I'm Caribbean. No, we just need to stick together, because this war, this battle is not over. Let's go back home. Let's go back and pour out there. I promise you, there's something that we can all do back home that can change the economy of Africa. Let's try and get ourselves into government. That's another way that we can make change. If a lot more Black people can get into politics, I'm telling you, that's another way that we can change. We can't change from the outside. We have to change from the inside. We need to be in those rooms. We need to be in those spaces where they make the decisions and be like, no, as a voice, as a Black woman, as a Black man, this is what I think is best. This is what I think will best serve our people too. We need to get into it. I know a lot of people are against, like if you're Black, you shouldn't be a police officer. Yeah, you can't be a Fed. All of that type of talk. I don't agree with it personally, because if we say, fine, we don't want to be police officers because this is how they are, then who will be in the system to fight for us? I don't know if everybody has heard about the 7 mountains. The 7 mountains of influence, I really believe, is really important, and we as a people, we must be in those mountains. If you've not heard about it, I'm going to insert a little picture so you can have a look. And they are family, religion, business, education, government, media, arts and entertainment. We all must be in this mountain and dominate, and as a people fight for our rights. And I just want to address one thing. I do not believe in rioting. Like in America, there's been a few reports that in Atlanta, some of the businesses or the shops that they were looting and destroying were actually owned by Black people. So it just looks like kind of bad on us that we are not only looting and destroying, like, you know, the city, but we are then destroying Black owned businesses. And if we are fighting for Black Lives Matter, then I think it's important that we don't destroy our own businesses. And so yeah, it just kind of goes back to my point. I understand that we're at the point where no justice, no peace. I completely get it, but I'm just a bit nervous that this is when people would really, really start to get hurt. That's just my own personal opinion. I do understand why they are looting. I'm not saying I don't get it. They are angry. They've been going through this racism, especially in America, for years and years, and they're just literally venting. They're just quite literally pouring out their frustration, and unfortunately it happened to be either black owned businesses or not. I do know they robbed Gucci and some of these other very high brands. Not to say that's right as well, but I'm just saying, like, at least just kind of think about where you're going to loot, just so that at the end of the day another black family isn't being destroyed by what's going on. So, yeah, we need to fight this systematic racism. I just want to send my deepest condolences to everybody in America, UK, in France, in Germany, all over the world who has lost a loved one due to police brutality. It's just not right. No. And for UK, I just want to also make another point, like, gang culture is done. It's actually done. It doesn't make sense. We all know that in UK you cannot riot. If you're to try it, you're gonna get caught. We all know what happened when UK rioted a few years back. They pretty much caught everybody that rioted, and they all served time or had some sort of consequences to what they did. So we know in UK looting won't run. So let's just be smart. Let's just try and keep the protest peaceful. Let's be careful. Obviously, timing looks a bit crazy with Corona still going on, but at the end of the day, this is a bigger problem. This is still a bigger issue. Yes, Corona is out there. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. That also is very important. People are still dying due to coronavirus. But I have a big heart for Africa, and there's so much I want to do for Africa, even within the sickle cell community. There's things I want to do back home and in UK, and I just want to see us win as a people. And this is why I believe it's important that we literally do not stop, we do not give up, we put our foot down and we say we are not having this no more. Again, I believe that we should build our own economy back home in Africa and in the Caribbean, and literally see where that would take us. We could get to the point where we'll be like, you know what, we don't need to be here no more, because we have a country and a system that works back home. And I really do hope that we will get there. So I think this is a much bigger problem. Yes, it started with George Floyd back in America, but I believe that people are woke, and at this point we're starting to realize that no, we need to do more for ourselves. We need to be the change that we need to see. So yeah, this is just my own opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think and what you believe. Do you think we should be investing back home? Do you feel like we need to go back to Africa and to build our own economy? What are your thoughts on supporting Black-owned businesses? What are your experiences when you have worked with Black-owned businesses and entrepreneurs? How have you found it? And again, what are your thoughts of everything that's going on in America and all the protests all around the world? And if you do have your own business, please get in touch. Just get into the comments, or you can email me. I would love to work with Black-owned businesses and support your business. So let me know what I can do. I'm happy to promote your stuff. I'm happy to try it out. I'm happy to do whatever we can do to put Black businesses out there and on the map. So yeah, like, as much as I would love to work with all the big brands and all of that, I would like to start with my own people. So even if you have a friend of a friend who has their own business or is starting up their business, let me know in what way I could use my platform to promote your stuff. Thank you so much for watching. It's your girl Emanuela, and please stay safe.